but it's not something I was shocked to find out that you guys do sketches at the start of for your
Hmm.
projects, because when I watch your streams, Daniel's painting this awesome lady with a tiger, a couple panthers, and
Yeah.
uh, Autumn is doing D&D character art, and this is like rendering, finishing all this stuff. But your
Yeah.
jobs are the sketching part. So
Right.
do you feel like you're doing the personal work just so that you don't get rusty on that finishing portions, or?
Yes. I mean, yes, but at the same time, I would say it's mostly so we don't get rusty, but it's not necessarily toward the finishing stuff because we're doing enough of that I think, I mean, you can get a bit rusty for sure and you need to keep up on
Yeah.
that stuff, but I think for us, since we both have interests in art outside of work, just in terms of subject matter and narrative, right? Like if you think about entertainment key art, it's very iconic, right? Iconic first, narrative second or third. But if you love storytelling, then you want to kind of keep up on that narrative type of illustration as well.
Or just other types of illustration. It's
Yeah.
it's such a big playground. There's so much there. That's why you go to my stream, and when somebody raids, I pop up what they may see when they show up, and it may be a spooky illustration, it may be something dark, it may be something light, it may be something whimsical, it may be pixel art, it may be all these things, and those are all the avenues that I just choose to continue to investigate in my off time, and it has always been that way. It's always been this like, okay, I like this thing, but I need to go and do this thing now because otherwise I'm just going to stagnate in that one area. So really, streams for me are just running around the playground and spinning around on the spinny thing so much that I fall off and then go and play on something else,
We wanted to talk to you guys about streaming because you both have stepped into that sort of as like a little side project, side hustle. What were your motivations or interests in getting into streaming? What drew you to that? Autumn, can you start with that?
Sure, yeah. So, yeah, I just want to be rich and famous. End of story.
Oh, streaming's definitely going to get you there.
Oh, yeah, man. 100%. No, I was looking at, honestly, I was looking for a way to supplement my income in a way that would allow me to move out of this place that I've been in since my junior year of college. I've been here way too long and I want to out, but I live in LA and can't hear you, Daniel. Fix your mic while I'm talking. And so that was the initial impetus, was just to get a little bit more money so that I could pad it a little bit and be like, okay, I can afford a place that's here now, and I can move into a place that's not quite the crappy place that this is. And that was the initial impetus, was to kind of supplement something. And then as I get further and further into it, it's shown me the benefit more of the social connection and the community, and it's injecting something into my life that was sorely lacking, that I didn't realize was a big vacuous hole. And that is a connection with creatives outside of my day-to-day work life. I love and adore Daniel. He is my buddy. But you can only take so much of his smiling face. No, it's and so I discovered that the connection with Twitch and my community and giving back to them in ways that help to lift everybody up, that has really become my push at this point. Like, it's nice to be able to put out some reference materials for people and have them excited about the fact that I shot for 5 hours here and tried to provide something for them. But it's even more rewarding to be on the Discord and doing some help, or doing some drawovers for somebody's art and helping them in any way that I can, and having them come back and be like, yeah, it helped me to move forward. And then even more, having somebody come in and say, I'm getting back into art because of you, or I am inspired to do more because of you. And I'm like, damn, that feels good. That's some dopamine. Let's do more of that, you know? So it is definitely twofold, a little bit like, and at this point, I think that monetary gain has been offset by me being like, nah, it's all right. We'll put it back into the stream and getting, you know, more lights and getting another camera so that I can do more traditional work, and just getting more and more stuff to push the streaming in a direction of building a community of people that are all positive and lifting one another up. You know, on my Discord, I have a vented out channel, and I don't like people to spend a lot of time in there doing just venting, because I don't want people to come to the server and be like, why is the vented out channel the only one people are hanging out in? But it's really somewhere for them to be like, ah! Okay, I feel better. And then walking out of the room, you know what I mean? Like, it's the room to go in, scream as loud as you can into a pillow or something, and then be like, oh, wow, I feel better. Okay, now I can go and be in the rest of the Discord, and we can all support one another and lift each other up, you know? So that's essentially right now what has brought me to where I'm at with streaming. The initial impetus was like, hey, this looks like fun, and maybe I can make some money. And now it's, hey, this looks like fun, and oh, look at all these cool people. This is amazing. I am definitely a extrovert introvert, so I need that time to recharge my batteries, but I really appreciate interaction with other people, and it really, it keeps me going, you know. So even after my streams, when I stream late, I'm like laying in bed trying to fall asleep, you know, because they get that energy going. I'm like, woohoo, a thing, let's do a thing, you know. Where's the after hours party? Hell yeah. So
how about you, Daniel?
I couldn't speak to Daniel.
I mostly got into streaming, I think, because I really love just sharing process. That was one thing that I kind of found on Instagram accidentally, because I started doing little videos of my drawing process, and then it kind of blew up for a minute on Instagram, and it seemed like people really enjoyed it. I've always loved sharing art in general, right? I started posting my art back, I think, in 1997. Started posting it online. Yeah, so I was 17 years old at the time, and now that's more than half my life. And so just sharing art has always been kind of part of my own process. Similar to Autumn, I like the communities that kind of get created around them. And I don't know. I like sharing stuff, new things that I've learned, or old things that I learned, you know. And I just kind of, I enjoy that kind of back and forth with people, you know. So, and I love discussing art. I like talking about art techniques and materials and certain eras of art history and all that stuff. So, you know, I like getting into that, and it's fun to sort of to do that live, you know, where I think there's an authenticity to it. I've never been a fan of when art processes get too polished from a post-production standpoint, right? Because there's an aspect to that where it's like it's not quite letting you know really what's involved or how long this might actually take to do. And so there's an authenticity to just working live that I've always really enjoyed, and I enjoy sharing that. So,
Thanks for listening to this clip. You can see the full interview by clicking the link in the description, or you can click the thumbnail on the bottom left of this video. And don't forget to hit subscribe. Have a great day.